Peak performance is not about working harder. It is about working with clarity, precision, and intention. Most people are busy, exhausted, and overwhelmed not because they lack effort, but because they lack direction. High performers are not more motivated than everyone else. They are more aligned. They know what matters, what does not, and where their energy must go next. If your goals feel vague, inconsistent, or constantly delayed, the problem is not discipline. The problem is structure. This video is about building a performance system that produces results consistently, even when motivation is low and conditions are imperfect. Peak performance begins with clarity. You cannot execute what you cannot define. Many people say they want success, growth, or freedom, yet cannot describe what those outcomes actually look like in measurable terms. When the brain lacks clarity, it defaults to comfort. Your first responsibility is to make your goals unmistakably clear. A real goal is specific, measurable, time-bound, and behavior-linked. I want to be successful is not a goal. I will increase my income by 30% in the next 12 months by acquiring one new high-value skill and applying it daily is a goal. Clarity reduces anxiety. Ambiguity creates friction. Once clarity is established, the next step is prioritization. Not all goals deserve equal attention. High performers understand leverage. They focus on the few actions that produce disproportionate results. If everything is important, nothing is important. Ask yourself one critical question. If I could only make progress in one area over the next 90 days, which one would most improve my life? That answer reveals your priority. Peak performance requires saying no to good options so you can say yes to the right one. After prioritization comes systems. Goals without systems rely on willpower. Systems remove friction and automate progress. A system answers three questions. When will the action happen? Where will it happen? And what exactly will be done? For example, I will work on my primary goal every weekday from 8 o'clock to 9 a.m. at my desk, focusing only on the highest impact task. This eliminates decision fatigue. Elite performers reduce choices. They do not rely on feeling ready. They rely on structure. Consistency beats intensity every time. Another critical element of peak performance is energy management. Time management is insufficient. If your energy is depleted, high performers protect their physical, mental, and emotional energy aggressively. Sleep, nutrition, movement, and recovery are not optional. They are performance multipliers. If your body is exhausted, your goals will feel heavier. If your mind is scattered, your execution will suffer. Peak performance requires treating your body as an asset, not an afterthought. Mental focus is equally important. Distraction is the silent killer of progress. Constant notifications. Multitasking and reactive behavior fragment attention and reduce cognitive output. High performers create focus rituals. They eliminate distractions during deep work periods. They set boundaries around their attention. Focus is a skill. And like any skill, it improves with training. Another essential principle of peak performance is feedback. Progress accelerates when feedback loops are short and honest. Waiting months to evaluate performance leads to stagnation. Daily or weekly reviews allow you to adjust quickly. Ask yourself what worked, what didn't, what will I change next? This turns mistakes into data instead of discouragement. Goal setting without reflection leads to repetition, not growth. Peak performers also understand momentum. Action creates clarity, not the other way around. Many people wait to feel confident before acting. High performers act to build confidence. Small wins compound. Each completed task strengthens identity. Over time, you stop seeing yourself as someone who tries and start seeing yourself as someone who executes. Identity drives behavior. This is why consistency matters more than perfection. Missed days are not failures. They are feedback. What matters is returning quickly. Resilience is built through recovery, not avoidance. Another overlooked aspect of peak performance is emotional regulation. Stress, frustration, and self-doubt are inevitable. When pursuing meaningful goals, high performers do not eliminate these emotions. They manage them. They recognize emotional states without being controlled by them. Breathing, journaling, reframing, and physical movement are simple yet powerful tools for emotional regulation. When emotions stabilize, execution improves. Peak performance also requires long-term perspective. Results often lag behind effort. This delay causes many people to quit prematurely. High performers expect delay. They commit anyway. They measure progress and actions taken, not just outcomes achieved. When your focus shifts from outcome obsession to process mastery, performance stabilizes. Another defining trait of peak performers is accountability. They do not rely on memory or intention. They track progress. They document actions. They review commitments. Accountability creates honesty. You cannot improve what you do not measure. Tracking does not need to be complex. A simple daily checklist or weekly review is enough. The key is consistency. Peak performance is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters repeatedly, with precision. When clarity, systems, energy, focus, feedback, and accountability align, progress becomes inevitable. This is how ordinary people produce extraordinary results, not through talent, not through luck, but through alignment. If you want to operate at a higher level, stop chasing motivation and start building structure. Peak performance is not a personality trait. It is a decision practiced daily. If this video helped you gain clarity, take one concrete action today toward your primary goal. Like this video, share it with someone focused on growth, and comment below with the one system you are committing to this week. Subscribe to Ascend Mindset and turn on notifications for weekly performance and mindset training designed to help you execute consistently and achieve meaningful results.